All right, good morning, everyone. Happy to have you all on the stream. I'm going to do the market outlook that I usually do in the Discord. I'm going to do it live for you all so you can see how I'm doing my market outlook. Markets, I honestly don't know what will happen. There's for now not a potential setup, but let's see what the markets potentially will give us anyway. Let's start on the GBP USD. I always go and start on the daily time frame to understand where liquidity is, where higher time frame narrative is, right? So we clearly can see that the market is overall pretty bullish, but ever since we're starting to push up, come back down, respected the low, created the support, come back up, respected this supply zone on top, and starting to push down, meaning that we failed to make a new high. And I truly believe that the market is ready to come for this liquidity. We can see how bearish, internally bearish on the daily market structure has been for quite some time. So yeah, shorts were the play, although we took a very nice long last Monday, shared it on the live stream as well. But understanding structure, right? What we clearly can see is that we have a high and we have the low over here, and where that low will end, I honestly don't know, and that's not our job to know, right? We're no fortune tellers. Understanding 4-hour structure is the same thing, right? It's the same thing. We have structure stepping down, and yeah, still this is our structural high and this is our structural low, because this is the last high that broke this structure. This is simple market structure, guys. This is simple market structure. This should be known, especially if you trade my strategy. Market structure is key in understanding. Hourly structure, however, and more internal structure is telling me that we have a high over here and we have the low over here. But if we know that on the daily we have that huge as support, if we know that on the daily we have this huge support, potentially price wants to trade into that liquidity, right? So obviously, what do we want? We want sells. But before we want sells, we want inducement of buyers. So I have a nice little resistance up here. We have a trend line. So only if price comes up, take this area, does a 1-minute entry confirmation, we can look to short into that area. However, the market, yeah, looks like it wants to melt straight into that area. We might see some bullish inducements when price steps in. This could give us a potential short opportunity, but we're not going to force anything. So this is how I break down one pair. Let's do it again on EU as well. Because EU is a bit different, although it's same story, but a bit different. Because if we look at the daily structure, we have a low, we have a high, we have a higher low, and we have a higher high. Remember, EU broke bullish, GU failed to break bullish. This is very important in understanding, right? So this is market structure 101. So now on the daily, what else can we see? Well, I can see that we have an area of support, we have a trend line build up, we have internal trend line, and we have price in a 4-hour area of demand. Meaning that imagine how many buyers will come in from these areas. And this, I honestly believe this will play into the narrative that price wants to come down and take that liquidity before make its next decision on what it wants to do. Price can melt, price can fly, price can do whatever the fuck it wants. But this is what I expect from price to do. And in between, honestly, anything can happen, right? What we can see is that we had this push up, overall external bearish range, internal little bullish range, then come down into this area of demand with support down below, and then price was stepping down up bullish internally. Pretty interesting. But now what can we see, right? What can we find from this price action? Well, we can see that we have just a big meltdown in Asia, and we have to be very aware of those extreme price action, because personally I go the best with clean price action like we had over here, where we have price creating more liquidity on top, price sweeping the lows, inducing more sellers and then go long, right? We went long on GBP USD over here, but it was a perfect long on EU. One of my students caught it, and yeah, just a beautiful trade that was taken as well. So following whatever happens next, right? We have a low, we have a high, higher low, higher high. Then the market decided to take out all that liquidity, turned bearish. Now this is what we call an inducement again, because what happens next, this was a news candle, price comes up, what does it do? It does an internal bullish break of structure and then melts down again. Can you see that if you use market structure for your entries, if you use market structure just to take trades, you will be wrecked time and time again, because the market will break bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. So you have to understand narrative. And this is nothing more than a clean as liquidity sweep and a very nice trade. This happened in New York, late session in New York though. And you can see that this is the power of liquidity, the power of inducements. Because you can imagine that after this bullish break, where will be new buyers coming in from these areas? Well, obviously what happened, we took out that low. So pretty interesting if you ask me. Now, when it comes to our session, and the session we are currently in, is that I don't see anything too clean, to be honest. We have swept these lows, so we have broken bearish market structure over here. We see price stumbling down over here. This could be a potential long entry coming in, just because I see price coming in over here. But it's not enough. There's not clean liquidity to target. It's just not to my likings. Although we have a bearish range, and I always want to go against what the majority is doing. I'm not so sure that if I want to buy this, because the inducements are not well enough. The liquidity buildup are not well enough. It's not enough. And what I want everything to be lining up just perfectly, time after time. And when everything is lining up just perfectly, we can execute on a trade. And that simply just isn't the case here. So why should we risk any money on the table? It's just unnecessary. But you can see what happens over here. Yeah, we can even see that there is a shoulder, head, shoulder, so head and shoulders pattern is forming here. I wouldn't be surprised if price wants to grab that liquidity at some point and then melts down. However, also could be happening is that price just rockets off before heading down. I don't know. And listen very carefully to the words I'm saying here. I don't know. And when something is uncertain for me, I'm not going to force anything. I'm not going to search for that potential setup. No, if I'm opening the chart, very often what I see is, okay, we have a setup or we don't. And if I see a setup, I'm happy to take it. If I see a trade, I'm happy to take it. But I'm not going to search for that trade for too long, because that means I'm forcing the trade. That means that the trade isn't there and I'm trying to find it, right? The market will always present itself, right? It's in the eyes, Chico, as Scarface said. So we have to understand what the market is telling us. And yes, the market can push up. I honestly don't know. Yes, the market can go down. When we understand higher time frame narrative, we see that there is such a high potential that the market will go lower just because there's so much liquidity. But then again, it's pretty far away, right? So it's more like a potential bias, a potential direction where the market wants to come in, and that's not something I want to gamble on now. And I see Paige saying it, no need to gamble, stick to the rules, and that's absolutely true. There's no need to force anything. There's no need to gamble. We are here to make money in this industry, not to gamble our way to success, because that will be ending up in complete failure, right? How easy. But anyway, let's see if do you have any pairs you want me to go over, because I'm happy to do so. We have all the time. I will be here for quite some time. I will be on. And let's see if there are any other pairs that have potential setups. I was potentially looking at gold. I don't see a trade, but this is what I told you yesterday, right? I told you yesterday, we see the market coming down, grabbing all that higher time frame liquidity. Now it comes in a 4-hour supply. Imagine this. Price comes in a 4-hour supply and does a bearish break structure at some point. I don't give a damn where it is right now, but imagine we do this bearish break structure over here. How many sellers will look for shorts, right? So many. I think that 90% will look for shorts in that case. So now we need to wait for build-ups of liquidity. So price comes into that top supply, creates a support, creates a trend line. Now wait for that sweep and then go long into all those other traders. How would that look like? Well, we do have a supply over here. We would have been then creating trend line liquidity, potentially even a resistance zone over here, right? Resistance. Now we have a support over here. We come into London, we does another bearish break of structure internally. We get 1 minute entry confirmations, and this is where we go long. And the setup will always be the same. The narrative will always be the same, and the whole trade idea also will always be the same. And that's what you need from a system that's making you consistent money. You need a system that works time after time, meaning that system has to be consistent as well. And yes, the market is unique, meaning that every day, every pattern will be different from all the others we know, right? That's simply how it is. But understanding narrative and understanding what the chart is telling you, reading it like a pro, understanding liquidity, not liquidity like, oh, we have a sweep here or we have a sweep there, all those ICT nonsense. No, understanding where other traders have their stop orders in the market. And that's real liquidity. So yes, obviously above highs and lows is liquidity, true, but who's getting in? And then what strategies are getting used? So if we have an area of support over here, right? I will put it on the higher time frame. I will do it for support this time because this is key, and this is what I teach in my course as well. I will teach it completely not as simple as I'm going to explain it right now. Okay, so who's getting induced from a support? What traders are entering shorts and longs? Okay, pretty easy. When price comes into a support, long traders, buyers will get into the market, expect the market to react from that support and push up. That's the first trader that gets in. Now, price is, in this case, not respecting the support. So what then what? What happens? Well, price breaks through the support. So what trader is going to enter from the break of that support? Well, pretty simple, breakout traders. Breakout traders will go short because they think we broke through the support, the market will sell off. And yes, for a bit it's sold off. But then again, who's entering again? Who's entering on the market again? And look, there is no fucking coincidence here, because what happens? We breakout traders in, then we have break and retest traders waiting for their confirmation to get in. Well, what happens? We come back into that support resistance flip. They have their break and retest, they entering on shorts as well. And yes, although they are in a bit of profit here, and the profitable support and resistance breakout traders understand that they are already in profit, have heavily de-risked, take out their money or whatsoever. The majority is still in. And then what happens? Price comes up, takes them all out. Comes down again. They think, shit, the market is going to sell off again. This is where liquidity comes in. Liquidity, market push up again. And this is the game that's been played time and time again. You have to understand what participants are entering on what certain events, and only then, when you understand that to a deeper level, you can understand liquidity to a T. Now, if you understand all those things, trading will become a hell of a lot easier because you know when to enter and when to stay put. Yes? So hopefully this little lesson helped a bit. We see gold now in this area of interest. If gold breaks bearish internally over here, we will have that bearish break structure, that inducement, and we might see longs into the what? I can already see it, resistance. So it's so, yeah, easy is not the right word for it, but yeah, obviously it's when you understand this, this stuff becomes a bit more easier. And I wouldn't be surprised if we have, because it tapped in over here already, 1 minute bearish break of structure. Let's see, let's dissect this little type of price action. 1 minute. Yeah, look, this is the trap. Yeah, so price steps into that area. What happens? Bearish break of structure. This is the trap, guys. This is where most of the sellers will look for shorts. SMC traders, market structure traders, whatever traders, they think market will sell off here. And you can see the reactions on the end of that range. You can see how it's inducing over here, giving people the illusion, yes, this is the moment. Now we want to go short, and look how it rips off and takes all those traders out. Now that area is grabbed as well. There was also, do we have area of resistance grabbed. So this is the game that's been played time and time again. Yeah. Now let's have a look at EU and GU. Both are pushing up. EU had a potential entry, but not to my liking, not to my interest. Absolutely not. Is anyone looking at a potential entry? Can you share it in the live chat? Because I'm happy to have a look at the entry, at the potential trade. We can analyze it together. Beautiful. Silver did the same thing, took out all that liquidity. Getting to this area over here, you can see it's every pair does the same thing. It's everywhere. I can tell you, lower time frame, we will see a bearish internal break of structure before price is just ripping off. Let's see if we can, yeah, 15-minute. You see, this is the trap. This was just a perfect buy. A bit early though, but it was a perfect buy. Look, bearish break of structure. Look at the 5 minutes. Yeah, what happens? This is, honestly, this is beautiful. This is 101 on the strategy. Silver today. What happens? Price comes into top supply, breaks bearish. What do we get? Internal supply, right? This is where now short traders will wait for price to tap in, wait for price to give that from here another bearish break of structure as an extra confirmation for that trade to go short. What happens? Yeah, bearish break of structure. What most people don't see is that the bearish break of structure also holds support. We take out support. We take out early buyers that induce sellers. Now we have a new supply, limits are set, and this is where they enter. And look how price now is slowing down, going up, going down. This is the trap. This is what we call a major sell trap. This is where most of the sellers come in. How can you identify the trap? How can you identify knowing that this is a potential trap? Well, understanding liquidity, because look what's above here, trend line liquidity. Yeah, understanding what the narrative is of this whole price action. And this is just a simple long. And this is how I treat gold. This is a perfect gold entry because gold is not like EU and GU. It's way more aggressive, so you have to be way more on this end. On Telly, yes, I will check on Telly. Look, this is a potential trade. I mean, obviously we did not take it, but this could be the trade. Yeah, what about stop loss? I honestly don't know. Not using this a lot. Yeah, I see doubles over here. What's the target? Yeah, That's not pretty clear for me, but we might get a bit more clarity on look at that trend line as well. Wow, just wow. Well, anyway, I think this could be it. We have doubles over here. Price came for those doubles. This is a 1.8-ish risk to reward. Yeah, that's perfect, right? This is just perfect. 50% win rate on these kind of trades, which is on these setups, it's over a 50% win rate, obviously. And you're in and out, making heaps of money. It's just beautiful. These are the trades that you are catching on silver and gold. It's the same idea. It's the same thing as we're trading on EU and GU. The only thing is that this stuff is a bit more aggressive, so you have to treat it differently. That's how you trade different products. Because you have to understand that the strategy works on every single ticker, on every single pair, even on futures, but you have to backtest that certain pair heaps, understanding what the characteristics are of that market in order to get those perfect entries. Because it's not that the market will treat, it's not that gold moves the same as EU and GU. You have to understand the differences between the two. And when you understand the differences between the two and you understand the characteristics of a certain pair, now you can use a strategy to reap the rewards from the strategy on that certain pair. Yeah, pretty easy. So clean as trade. Obviously did not take it, but just a quick analysis on a nice little London trade over here. Oh, I see Paige sent me something on Telegram. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, I see the trade. It's on. She took it on EU. Look, the thing is that I've seen the same trade because I was talking it early in this session. Definitely go to break even because, in my opinion, this is a potential trap. Why? Because the market is just selling off. There's so much liquidity down below. We have just extreme bearish range. Yes, the market can push up. Obviously, anything can happen, but I don't want to be part of it. But I do get the entry because what happens? We take out that low. So what are we doing? Bearish break of structure. Okay, makes sense. Now, what do we have over here? Again, we have an area of so-called, right, supply. Well, more call it an order block, call it whatever you want to name it, it's all the same. So price steps back into that area, then breaks bearish. Now, this is where the trap is starting to be. This is where people are getting trapped into sells. Now, we need to go into 1 minute price action for this to understand what's really been happening here. Creating liquidity, right? What does an SMC trader want to see? Liquidity build up, sweep of liquidity, bearish break of structure. Yeah, so what happens? Bearish break of structure. This is obviously a huge ass trap. And yes, where could you enter? Well, I would enter over here with a 10 pip stop loss. That would be my trade. So do whatever what suits you the best. And then target for a 1 to 2 risk to reward, which happens to be somewhere over here. All right, this is not a trade I'm in. It's also not a trade that I would take. For me, it's just a bit too risky, if you ask me. But it makes sense that it takes out this whole area. Why is that? Because this is where all those sellers will coming in, right? So where do they have their stop losses? You have to understand liquidity. This is where they have their stop orders. So this is why the market hunts that liquidity. But now things are changed all the way, right? So now things are changed. So what happened now? We have another inducement of buyers, because what do buyers see? Put this away. What do buyers see? A bullish break of structure, right? We have a bullish break of structure. Going into the 5 minutes, where have we ourselves, our POI, fair value gaps, whatever you want to name it, comes down to the same thing, right? We have ourselves an area of interest over here, meaning that this could be happening, right? Price comes in on the 1 minute, does a bullish break of structure. Now, this is the perfect buy for SMC traders and the market's just ripping off. Remember, same thing, other way around. Let me show you on invert skill. Same thing, other way around. Traps, traps, traps. And this is what the market makers, hedge funds, institutions are doing to trick you into trades. And no, not for us retail traders, not gonna lie, we retail traders are not the issue here. It's not the money they want to grab, it's not from retail, it's from other banks and hedge funds that take the same trades. Remind you that there are major institutions that trade market structure. And there are major institutions that trade support and resistance, trend lines, whatsoever, right? Everything is traded. And no, it's not human handover, no, it's algorithms that use those strategies, are programmed in to use those strategies to take those trades. And when you understand that, trading becomes a hell of a lot easier, honestly. And you also know when to stay put. When uncertainty hits the market, yeah, then it's just know when to stay put. But guys, yeah, for me the session is I don't think we will see. I mean, I'm not going to take a trade anyway, so I don't want to be taking your time, to be honest. I think I will end up the call. I will go live with the VIP for a bit, wait for the real London Open to happen. We might catch an entry, we might not, but I will end up the live stream. Do you want to learn everything about my strategy, how I'm able to capitalize on these markets? Simply go to the link down below. Whop is there, Discord is there. Click it, check if there are still spots available and you can join. It's pretty easy. And I will coach and mentor you all the way through the whole process, and I will show you that trading doesn't have to be very hard. It can be easy, but it takes time. Not gonna lie. Not gonna say you'll be profitable within a year. No, that's simply not true. Anyway, thanks for being on the stream. We'll see you tomorrow morning on another stream. Let's see if you have some cleaner ask price action to take that trade. And yeah, have a great day, y'all. Cheers.